Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to my channel. Me and my little boy, we love to sing. So we're always singing songs like that. So, me and Nate just got back, you guys. I should have took you guys with me. But I didn't. Me and Nate just got back from the playground. We went outside. We exercised. I walked all the way around. I was just doing laps. We ran. I chased him. Hey, Melinda. I acted like I was Pennywise. Me too, Classy, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, Melinda. Hey, Classy. Hey, Avalon. Okay, so first things first, if you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, will you take a second and subscribe to my channel? Give this video a thumbs up. Okay, if you are subscribed to my channel and you are involved in some groups on Facebook, will you share my video over there to your recovery groups? I am, I think, 3 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers, and I'm trying to get there. And it just seems like it's snail pacing, y'all. So I need y'all's support. Thanks, Melinda. I appreciate you. Thanks, Avalon. You know I appreciate you. Avalon's been my friend for about over a year now. We're going on about a year and a half, and she has not left my side, and I'm very grateful for her to that. Hey, Share Bear. Thanks, girl. Hey, Aunt Mimi. Thanks. Hey, Richard. All right. We're getting a full house today. What's up? Okay, guys. So I just met a sweet girl over on another channel. What channel is it? Oh, his name is Lewis. Hey, what's up, Holler at your boy? Holler at your boy's got a channel, you guys. Y'all should go subscribe to his channel after you're done over here. So, this is what we're going to talk about, you guys. We're going to talk about the dreaded, you're not sober because you're on maintenance medication judgment, okay? And I'm going to come at this from a bunch of different angles because I feel like we need to talk about it, because I know a lot of you guys are on maintenance and a lot of you guys are going through this right now. And so I want to share with you guys what I've learned and how I shake them haters off. All right? So, first of all, we're going to define what addiction is. We're going to define what dependence is, okay? So, addiction is abuse combined with negative consequences and negative behaviors. So in order to be considered addicted to something, you have to have a dependency to it. Well, you don't have to be dependent on it. You can be addicted but not dependent. You can be dependent. You get what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. So it's the negative consequences. It's doing something over and over again, even though you're killing yourself, even though you're crashing your car because you're high, even though you're getting DWIs, even though you're all those things, okay? And then dependence is exactly what it says it is. It's dependency to a substance, okay? You can be dependent on alcohol. You can be dependent on Xanax. You can be dependent on opiates. You can be dependent on, let me think. You know, people could even go as far to say, okay, you could be dependent on SSRIs. Is that Maya I just saw? So, dependency, though, doesn't include the negative behaviors. Dependency doesn't include the negative consequences, all the bad stuff that goes along with addiction. So there's a difference, okay? There's a difference, okay? So when you change over from being addicted to drugs and you decide to, hey, Maya, welcome, girl. I hadn't seen you in forever. When you make the decision to get off of heroin, stop shooting dope, stop snorting dope, stop smoking dope, and you decide to get on a maintenance medication, what happens is, now listen, people very much so can trade addiction. They can get on maintenance and then just keep doing the same thing they were doing on heroin. Okay? So that's where you have to work really hard to change your behaviors. Yeah, Spotted Elephant says, I am taking kratom, but I don't lie, cheat, and steal to get it. My friends and family are okay with it too. I don't feel any desire to use while taking kratom. I wish I could not be on anything though. Okay, so yeah, so you're just dependent on kratom. You're not addicted to kratom because you're not, like you said, lie, cheating, stealing, and all those things that go along with addiction. All right? So there's a difference, you guys, between dependency and addiction. So do we all understand that? Does everybody understand the difference between dependency and addiction? Is there anybody here that doesn't understand that needs me to go on more? Okay, so now that we have that settled, okay, when somebody gets on a maintenance medication, kratom is an herb from Southeast Asia, okay, that a lot of people use to get off of opiates. And it's sold from like vendors. You can look it up, like kratom vendors. But there's a lot of people in our little community who know people who sell it that are vendors that are good. But I've never taken it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not, it's like you have to toss and wash it. And I can't, no way. And then the reason I don't like kratom, or I wouldn't want to do it, is because I can't regulate it with my doctor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really big on like trying to go through that with him. But you know what? To each their own. I don't hate, whatever works for you. So okay, so there's a difference between the dependency and the addiction. So when we get on our maintenance medications, you guys, we could all very well go from our drug of choice onto maintenance medications and carry on doing the same thing, okay? We could carry on selling our prescriptions. We could carry on lying, stealing, cheating. We could carry on being promiscuous and all these things. But when you get on the maintenance medication, the whole goal is to get onto that medication and start making changes in your life, right? To start, making positive changes, so that way if you ever feel like you are wanting to be off of it, then you won't go back to do an addiction. Right. It's about making change in your life and becoming a better person. Exactly, Spotted Elephant. And see, a lot of people, if somebody is comparing, first of all, if somebody comes at you and says, you're not sober, or you're not in recovery, you got to really look at where it's coming from. Okay, you guys, I want you all to understand that. You got to look at where that is, whose mouth it's coming out of. A lot of the times, people who will say that to you don't understand. Maybe in my experience, it's either been somebody who has never had an opiate addiction and has never, who hadn't been to down the same roads I had been in. Or it's somebody who is trying to make themselves feel better about what they're doing. You know what I mean? If somebody in a 12-step fellowship is telling you that, then that's not what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to greet you and welcome you in with open arms. And while you're there, love on you and help you grow into a better person. They're not supposed to judge you for your choice of recovery. And you guys, the more that the opiate epidemic goes on, the more we're all going to have to start coming together. People who are abstinent, people who are in 12 steps, people who are in smart recovery, we're going to have to start coming together and being unified. Why do we feel this need to place ourselves above the other? Why do we feel a need to say, I'm more clean than you are. I'm soberer than you. I've got more recovery than you. Here's the thing. For me, I will never forget where I came from. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I could go out tomorrow and relapse. I am one bag away. I'm one shot away. Okay? I know that I don't know it all. And I could go back. Anything could happen, you guys. And so if somebody is saying those kind of things to you and they're telling you that, it's not kind. It's not loving. It's not tolerant. So just keep that in mind. Usually when somebody's saying, you're not this, it's because they've got something else going on. And they're just projecting that onto you. Then I also will get, thanks, Bama. There's the Discord link, you guys, if y'all want to come in and chat with us. It's a private Discord. I feel like the statistics of recovering is so bad, but with maintenance drugs, it's really much more possible to get where we desire to be in the end. Spotted elephant, absolutely. And what's happening now is that the more studies that they're doing, the more they're starting to realize that people that are on maintenance medication are not relapsing. Like, people that are on maintenance medication are not coming back to addiction. They're going through their time, they're staying on maintenance. Then if they are tapering off, they taper off with their doctor. Now you guys got to remember this. This is all done where the doctor can monitor them, like with me, like I'm doing with my doctor, hand in hand. I'm not talking about going and saying, well, today I'm going to stop and I'm just going to take this last 30 days worth and do this. This is where the doctor can monitor them and write down these statistics. So that's what they're doing. They're learning that people that are getting on the maintenance, combining it with therapy, combining it with other meetings, combining it with counseling, that people are succeeding, you guys. All right, people are getting sober and staying sober. And here's how I think about it. You know, sobriety is when you don't drink alcohol. That's what sobriety is. So I'm sober as a judge. If anybody wants to get technical up in this, I'm sober as a judge. But I'm never going to be completely off of everything, you guys, because I have mental illness. And so I have to take my medications for my mental illness. And so what I've had to learn to do, you guys, is just keep on going. I do what I know is best for me, and I don't let anyone else's opinion affect me anymore. I am so sure of my... Okay, I'm so sure of the steps that I'm taking that, like, nobody could make me second guess it. Like, I'm that sure of what I'm doing today. I know that I'm on the right path. I know that I'm doing the right thing for me. I used to second guess myself. You know why? Because I would let the opinions of others affect me. Please don't let that happen to you. Please learn from my mistakes. Watch what I do. Learn that do not let other people whose opinions don't matter. Those people that are saying to you, you're not sober, where are they going to be if you relapse? Where are they going to be if you decide to go get high? I'll tell you this much. All the people that I know that have jumped off of medication-assisted therapy, almost every one of them who has jumped off too early has relapsed. And so I don't want that. I don't want to do that. I can't do that, you guys. I can't go out and relapse because I can't. I just can't. Okay? I cannot do it. If I relapse, I'm going to die. That's my belief, is that if I relapse, I will die. So that's not an option here. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wanted to make this video and give all my I know I have a lot of new subscribers who are on maintenance, that you are not alone. I will have your back. If you need anything, you just message me and let me know. Please, girls, I know there's a lot of females in here, so you too, guys, if y'all are in here, message me. Message me. Do not be afraid. I will answer your messages back. Email me, Twitter message me, DM me on Instagram. And that's where people get it twisted, because what works for one might not work for everyone. That's why it's important to have a team of professionals to help you find what suits your needs. Yes. You guys, it's so funny to me when I see a bunch of drug addicts act like they're doctors. You know, just because you went through the experience doesn't mean you know what to do. Step back. Let the professionals handle this. If you are on maintenance medication, you just keep doing what your doctor tells you to do, okay? What I did was I got on the maintenance, then I got a therapist, started seeing her. It started out where I would go see her once a week, okay? Then I started going once every other week. Then I started going once a month. Okay, and so on and so forth. Now I see her every third month. And it helps me so much, you guys. Like, it's, I really have to have that therapy and connecting with her and talking to her one-on-one. It helps me so much, because what happens with me, and you guys will, if you keep subscribed to my channel and keep up with me, you will see how I get so excited about conquering things. And then I'll feel like, then I'll take on a whole bunch, and I'll kind of I'll not fail, but I'll say, uh-oh, and I'll realize that I'm in over my head, and I'll back up. You know, I'm like, oh, too much here. And then I'll back up and start back fresh, you know. Oh, Bama, what's going on, girl? Hey, Christy. What's going on, Bama? Why are you not in a good place? Is it because of your daughter? Don't let people affect you guys. Listen, I'm serious. If people are telling you you're not sober, first of all, if it's on the internet, stop telling people your business on the internet. Don't be like me. Okay? Not everybody has to know what's going on in your business, okay? Not everybody has to know. Because the more people know about what's going on in your life, okay, you got to think about it. Now, of course, I want you guys to be able to share with someone close to you. Don't be like me, Aunt Mimi. I'm telling you right now. I used to go. When I first started out, I was telling everybody, I'm in recovery and I'm on maintenance. Ow! And everybody was giving me shit, y'all. I was so mortified. I was crying my eyes out. But for me, I've already said everything, y'all. I can't take it back now. So I might as well just keep on going, you know, because I'm already told y'all everything. But what I'm saying is, if I could go back and kind of keep my recovery, and not tell everybody that I was on maintenance, I probably would have kept that part to myself and just told my sponsor, you know, because it's not everybody's business whether you're on maintenance medication, whether you're on antidepressants, whether you're got bipolar, you know, it doesn't matter. These relationships that we make on social media, you guys, they're very surface level relationships, and that's what I'm starting to learn. No offense to any of my girls out there that I talk to every day, because it's different with you guys. But a lot of people, they're just showing you this little part of themselves. They're not like me over here who's bearing my soul, okay? They show you this little part of themselves, and then whenever they want to dip out and run, they dip out and run. That's not how I am. I'm about connecting with people. I love helping others. I love doing my channel, you know? And so over the last about 2 years, I have literally gotten myself shit on so many times because I've gone out of my way to help others and be kind, and they were just a surface level friend who basically got what they needed and rolled out. Yeah, it helps them in a way. Yes, Share Bear, it does. And that's why, like, my intentions on sharing everything are to help the people who watch my videos, you know. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, opening myself up and sharing everything has put me in a position to be harmed several times. People have gotten a hold of my phone number and texted me every day horrible things to go kill myself. Texted me horrible things about my son, tried to get me in trouble, just making up lies. And I'm not about that bullshit. So whenever that kind of stuff happens, I go straight to the po-po. Because ain't nobody coming up in here trying to fuck up my life. They are horrible. And a lot of the times it's just because people, like I said, some people get so miserable, you guys. It's like they hate watch you. And I know none of you guys do that, but there's people here on YouTube that will literally come to my channel just to thumbs down every single one of my videos. And it's the same people. It's the same people. Can you imagine? Like, I would never do that. I would never. It's like they literally have their alarm set to come to my channel and thumbs down the video the minute I go live. And you know what that tells me? That tells me that I am on their mind. That they are thinking about me 24/7, 7 days a week. Can you imagine? Really, Bama? What the hell is wrong with someone? Yes, Aunt Mimi, I am telling you. But that's what we have to do, though, you guys. We got to look at the source. If people are telling you you're not clean and sober, look at the source. Take that in consideration. I know Shauna's been trying to find out if I'm crazy or not. She calls me all the time, and I'm telling you, I'm not a bad person, y'all. I'm exactly how I am on here. I'm straight up. I'm just the way I am. If you ever think that, like, there's something going on, or you think I'm upset with you, or you think I said something, or somebody said this, I will straight give you my phone number. Ask Share Bear. I will give you my phone number. I'll say, call me. Let's talk this out. Let's handle this. I'm not about that. You know, that's just not my style. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. I just pressed the wrong button. But anyway, I'm telling you guys, what we have to do is we have to consider the source. Consider the source. A lot of people, like I said, they're miserable. And for instance, let me tell y'all a story. When I first started working at my job, the one that I've been at since y'all have known me, I go into a bunch of different stores, right? Hey, Bill, what's up? Welcome over here to the channel. I go to a bunch of different stores, right? And so when I go into my stores to work, I'm like, for me, when I'm working, you guys, I am like a ball of fucking sunshine. I'm like, I'm dancing, I'm doing my work, I'm having a good time. I am whistling while I work, right? And the first like couple stores I would go into, they're like, hey girl, hey, and they all know me, and I walk in the door, bop, 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 you know, talking, and everything's good. Well, this one store, I would go in there, and they would complain every time I came to work, like I was too happy. Why is she over there? Why is she humming? Oh my God. Like that, they were miserable. And so because they were miserable, they wanted to take that shit out on me. So because I would come into work in a good mood, happy, because y'all, I'm grateful to have my job. When you've been locked up, when you've been homeless and shit like that, and you get a job and you can make money and do a service and provide a service for somebody and make them happy. Hey, what's up, Ian? Thank you, babe. Then it feels good to go in and do a good job. And I like doing that. But these people at this job were so sour that every time I would come in, they would be so bent out of shape that I was in a good mood. Okay. I love helping customers, right? So that's kind of how it is on YouTube. People will be going down past your videos, la 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 la, and they are not in a good way. And so that's how I have to kind of remind myself, is like, if somebody's coming over here and they're bringing negativity or they're saying hateful shit, that don't have nothing to do with me. It's got to do with them. There's something going on inside them, and that's why they're coming over here, because they feel like they need to project that onto me. But I'm going to tell you today, not today, Satan. I don't need that over here. Devil, get off me. I'm going to shake the devil off. I'm going to tell him, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Okay? And y'all know I don't get religious over here on my channel. But I will straight tell your ass, get out of here. We don't play that. Hey, Bill. Oh, you don't have to donate. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so we don't have that little button. But I'm working on that. I'll have 1,000 subscribers and like 3 or 4 more people. So if you want to subscribe to my channel. That will help me out. Okay, sorry, bye. Sorry, y'all. Hey, Bill. Yeah, but what I try not to do, you guys, is I try not to like go too hard one way, because I have a lot of people on my channel who are like agnostic and atheist. Now, y'all know I believe in God. Y'all know that that's my higher power, and he has delivered me from a fucking horrible life. But I always want you guys to know that you can recover from a seamlessly hopeless state of mind and body. You can get sober and you can change your life, and you can do that with whatever your higher power is. Okay, you just got to have faith in a power greater than yourself, and your life can change. Your life can change. Okay, you just got to make positive changes and grab on to help. When you see somebody reaching out to you, giving you a hand up, grab onto those people. You know. Thanks, Christy. So, but okay, so that's the story about that at the work. And so I remember I came home and I was just crying, you guys. I was crying because I felt like they were all ganging up on me. Like these people at this job didn't like me because I came in and I was like, hey, y'all, you know. And so I called my sponsor and I was like, actually what had happened is one of the girls came up and was complaining about me and saying, you know, hey, can you stop humming? It's really annoying. And so I was like, wow, you know, I said, sure, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, you know, bother you. And so I called my sponsor and I was like, yeah, I was humming at work and this girl told me that I was annoying. And that's when my sponsor was like, you're fine. You just keep on doing what you're doing and don't let anybody affect you. Because you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm grateful, okay? I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have you guys here on my channel. I'm grateful to have friends that care about me. I'm grateful, you guys. I'm grateful to have all you guys. The wrenches they are my moderators, you guys. And if you ever want to be a moderator, you just got to message me or email me and kind of like just talk to me and tell me a little bit about yourself, and I'll make you a moderator. But I try to, you know, if you want to be in on the mod squad, my wrenches. Hey, Michelle, I've missed you. And that you think you would be good at it, let me know, because I need people who will take their moderator skills seriously, because over on this channel sometimes it gets a little crazy and we get some haters and we got to knock them haters off. So yes, Bill, over on Jessica's channel today when she was talking about Gay for This Day, I was laughing so hard, y'all, because listen, me and her, she went to prison, I think in Arkansas too. And so I know all about what she went through because I went through the same exact thing. And I have a couple story times here on my channel about Gay for This Day. And it was just like, I don't know if I've ever told a lot of you guys that, but whenever I was locked up, when we first got there, because we had to stay in the hole for 3 days. Okay, when you first get there, they delouse you, they change you out, and all that stuff, and they give you your number, and then they put you in the hole for 3 days. And while you're in the hole, they're making sure that you don't have infectious diseases, they're making sure that you don't have tuberculosis, all that kind of stuff. So I was in the hole for 3 days, and when I got out, I went into like this, the first like little unit. Yeah, Belinda. Yeah, they do. It's like with this powder stuff. And then you got to shower it off. Your Bluetooth's in the car. Okay, girl. Hey, fam. If Michelle's fam's listening. So, yeah. So we sit in the hole for 3 days, you guys. And I remember when I first got there, I was in there with this girl named Nikki. And I've told you guys this story before. Nikki was in prison because she had gotten caught with meth, and she drove her car through the front of a church. like high speed chase. And so we were sitting there, getting to know each other. And then we got out of the hole and went into the first unit, which was called Unit 2. Did you get to go outside? Were you in the hole by yourself? No, I was in the hole with a girl named Nikki. She was my cellmate. And it's a cell. Like, they pull the doors over on you, and it's like, oh. But you have two little mats in there, like one over here and one over here, and then a toilet. So, but we didn't get to go outside for those whole 3 days that we were in the hole. We had to stay in that room because they were making sure that, like I said, we didn't have infectious diseases. Because when they put us into general population, they want to make sure that we're, not sickly. Did you do things for coffee? Well, I didn't have to do anything for coffee, but I've known a couple of girls who would get down with the get down to get that nasty kefir coffee. Keefy coffee. Oh, you guys. I could not stand the coffee in prison, you guys, but those girls loved it. And so I'll tell you some stuff that would happen in there. It was crazy. And Jessica on her channel, if you guys haven't went over to her channel's called Jessica Kent. She was locked up here in Arkansas too. A lot of people, 1 year. And so a lot of people, what will happen, I went in there, you guys. Yes, Sonia, that's what they call it, cracking a cup. I went in there on a probation violation. So I was lucky that I wasn't in there for longer. So I went on a probation violation, and I couldn't believe she actually violated me because I had been on probation for like a year, and I was failing drug screen after drug screen after drug screen. And so she finally revoked me and sent me down. And I don't miss going to jail. The prison food in the States would make an English dog throw up. How about that processed bologna? It was green bologna. Did you know that, Ian? It's green, the bologna here in Arkansas. Maxwell House packets would get me giddy. Yeah, because all they have in there, or I guess you could, I don't remember, it was all that keefy coffee or whatever. But I'll tell you this, you guys, the whole gay for the stay thing in prison was so crazy with the females in there, because what it was for a lot of the girls, you know how just like there's hoes with dudes, there's hoes with bitches too. And so these girls would just hoe around with different dudes. What? Snort coffee in the county jail? I didn't snort coffee in the county jail. Hey, April. It was called Keefy coffee inside jail that I was in prison. Hey, Ron. Thanks, bud. I'm so glad you commented. Thanks, you guys. That's what's up. We did it. We did it. Listen, you guys, that was my goal, to make it to 1,000. And so I'm so happy. Yay, we did it, you guys. We did it. I couldn't have done my acceptance speech. First of all, I want to thank all my OGs, my triple OGs out there, the ones that have been with me since the beginning. Oh, I'm just playing, you guys. See? Okay, so even old dope fiend like me can be on here and have a good life and be happy and be here with you guys and have a little family that we have. And that's what I feel like has happened on my channel, is that this is like a huge support system for me. And I'm getting all choked up, you guys. It means so much to me, you guys, to be able to come on here and talk about things and have you guys listen and give me feedback and help me through my life. It's awesome. That's what my mom said. You will find out who your real friends are when you land in jail or the hospital. Okay, so Sonia, Yes, Bill, I will. I promise. I will get it set up so that way when you come back, my next live stream will be tomorrow night at this same time, okay? We'll start at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I go live every single night. You should be very proud. I can't imagine how many people... Oh, thanks, Melinda. Sonia, that's so true, though. When I got locked up, I had all these friends, you guys. I had so many dope friends, right? 6:30 Central. Yes, sir. Oh, you guys. Yes. Bill, I'm so glad you came over to the channel, man. You probably put me over that 1,000. Who is my 1,000th subscriber? Raise your hand. I want to kiss your feet. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go get that set up. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to go over to my computer and get it set up. It is 6:25 here, so we'll do that at this time tomorrow. We will do the same live, and what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to post a little thing that says Monday night live stream 6:30, and I'll post a reminder. I was like 996 or so I don't deserve the credit. Oh, okay, well, you still help me out. PM, yes. I have to go. Thank you, Nicole, for everything you do for the recovery community. Thanks, Aunt Mimi. I'll see you later, girl. Y'all don't understand how much I appreciate you guys. So anyway, we're going to take our time. Y'all know how it is. YouTube's going to play me probably. So... So, okay, I said when you were almost at 500. Yes, April, I remember. Sandra, thank you. I'm excited too. So, okay, about the whole thing in jail, Sonia, I think, commented about being in jail and realizing who your friends were. So I had all these friends, you guys. And then when I get locked up, it was like snails. I had no mail. It was like so hard to even get anybody to... Thanks, Bill. I appreciate it. But just so you know, you don't have to. I'm glad I could help get a couple of people to subscribe to get you to 1,000. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it. You guys are the shit. What did I say y'all's nicknames were the other day? These are... Do you guys watch The Angry Grandma? Okay. The Angry Grandma calls her subscribers her little brown eyes. Well, you guys are my little shits. That's my subscribers' nicknames. My little shits. Not my little brown eyes. My little shits. So, my little shits did it! My little shits! I'm literally high right now, you guys. Like, I'm high on life right now. I'm so happy. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate you, bud. I really do appreciate it. Little shit gang. Yes! So, anyway, I wanted to make this video today, you guys. We got totally off topic. That's how it goes over here. About sobriety on Suboxone, because I know a lot of us are on medically assisted treatment. And I always want you guys to know that you are doing the best thing that you need to do for your life. And nobody knows. Oh, I love Joe at After Prison Show. I love watching his videos. You know that about his wife? That video, I know it was like a couple of weeks ago, but I cried my eyes out for them because I could just imagine how that must have felt, you know? But seeing him go out and help other, convicts that have gotten out of jail is just like so awesome. That inspires me. That's the kind of shit I want to do. And I watched Lockdown 23-in-1, and I watched Big Herc. Y'all know who Big Herc is? I love Big Herc with his little lisp. I watch all those guys because I can totally relate to, a lot of the things that they're talking about. And Joe, really, I want to get to a point where I can help people like that. And I can go out and help people find jobs, help people, get their first place, That's why I started my channel, is to be able to do stuff like, only I want to be able to do it with drug addicts, you know what I mean? I want to help rehabilitate people who have been down through there in their addiction like me. Because you guys, When I first got out of prison, relapsed on dope, and then I got to where I got sober this time 3 years ago. I watch your beard. It's okay. Joe is from the After Prison show, Christy. It's a show on YouTube. It's really good. But when I got out, it was so difficult for me to build my life back up, you guys. I didn't know where to start. Hey, Nick. You know what? Tomorrow night, we'll do a whole live stream about resources and how to get yourself back on track once you've gotten out of prison, once you've gotten out of treatment, once you've gotten out of halfway house. Because when I got out of prison, I paroled over into a halfway house. And it was a halfway house for, drug addicts, because I was a drug addict. It really is, Bill. And, every time I say something like that, because I have a felony, people are like, oh, there's jobs, there's places that will hire felons. And I'm like, I'm sure there are. And I know that there's a list of places. We could probably go Google it right now. But real talk, you guys, it depends on what your felony is. And what will happen is they'll look at that. So you know what I do, you guys? Every time that I've had to go out and get a job, I go in there and I dress for success. I got my hair all done, makeup looking nice, and I go in there and I lay my heart on that table. I sell myself to that job, and then I share with them about my recovery and about how I got my felony 10 years ago. Because it was in 2008 when I got arrested, 2009 I think when I got convicted. So I lay it out there, and I'm honest, and I let them know this is what happened, and because I've got a couple charges. I've got a felony, possession of a controlled substance. I've got theft by receiving over $2,500, theft, what is it called? Theft from a store. Do felonies stay on your record for life? Well, with a felony, you can get it expunged. I think you just have one. My ex-wife is a felon. Wells Fargo would not let her have a bank account. Yet a year later, let her on a $1,000. Yeah, Bill, isn't that crazy? I think once you do your time, if you're a felon, I think once you do your time, that should be taken off. Because what it does is, instead of rehabilitating the person and sending them back out into society to change their life and be better, is it pulls them back. Having that, it's like having an X on your paper. And so whenever an employer sees that, the bank sees that, credit card companies see that, anybody that sees that stigma that's connected to crime and addiction and prison and jail is like, oh, well, they must be a horrible person because they committed this crime. But you know what? A lot of the people that I know that committed crimes, you guys, were just in active addiction, and they were strung out, and they were making their way so they could get high, and I know that there was a law that was going around that was trying to get passed, I think in Ohio, about not giving drug addicts jail time or something like that, but it didn't get passed. Which I think prison sometimes is necessary to give somebody that wake up. You know what I'm saying? But I think what needs to start happening is that we need to have more rehabilitation programs for people that are getting in trouble and constantly reoffending. I think that there needs to be some kind of it would cost a lot of money, I'm sure, to work people through a program that would help them to change their life. Because a lot of people reoffend or go out and, commit another crime, because when they get out, they can't get a job, they can't get a house, they can't make money. So what do? They go back to the streets to make money the way they know how to make money, which is selling dope or committing crimes. You know what I'm saying? So why make it harder on them when we could help them? She worked for a temp agency at General Motors for a couple of years, and then GM asked her to work for them. Oh my God, Bill, are you serious? Yep, that sounds about right, though. That sounds about right. You know, that's why, and I'm so sorry that happened to her. Um, if she is looking for a job, if you will email me, I work for a place that's actually hiring right now. But I'm not going to say exactly where I work. But if you email me on my email, I'll send it. I'll send it to you. Okay. Um, that's how it is, though, you guys. A lot of places they will. It's like you might as well be an axe murderer, you know. And it's like we got to work better. We have to make a difference. We have to start helping people to make their. It's like when you come from. Okay, I'm getting on a soapbox. Y'all ready? Think about it. When they're offenders, drug offenders especially. But she has a job. Okay, good. Yeah, actually I do. Look. So anyway, when people are like they're offending, drug offenses especially, here's the thing. When people are going through that, they need to be. A lot of the times what they do is they come from a long line of addicts or their family members are like, and I'm not trying to like, listen to me, okay? I used to date a guy who was from the trailer park, okay? His dad was an addict. His mom was a prostitute, all right? His dad struggled with mental health issues, okay? When he was about 7 years old, his dad went and kidnapped him from his mother and brought him back to Arkansas, all right? So it was him and his brother and sister living with his dad here in Arkansas after his dad kidnapped them from his mom. His mom was a prostitute, all right? So he's growing up in a broken home. He's growing up he's basically, yeah, they are awesome. He doesn't know, his dad doesn't know how to raise children. His dad is a drunk. His dad is mentally ill. Crazy, you guys. So he was raised up in chaos. He was raised up in poverty. He was raised up seeing his dad drinking and stealing and doing things he's not supposed to do, okay? So what happens is this cycle never gets broken. So then he gets older and he starts getting in trouble, going to jail, going to prison, okay? Then if he has kids, then his kids see their dad getting in trouble, going to prison, okay? Do you see what I'm saying? And the cycle just repeats itself and repeats itself and it repeats itself. So what I think is that when somebody is an offender and they come in, and that we need to start assessing them more closely and find out, hey, what's going on in this person's life that they're continually reoffending. They're continuing to get high and seek out drugs and commit crimes or whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times a lot of people are doing those things not because they're bad people, not because they want to do that, because that feel like that's their only option. Do y'all know what I'm saying? Double diagnosis is even more difficult. So many people that become addicts also have to deal with the mental stuff. It's my hardest problem by far. Yeah, Sonia, I know what you mean. It is really difficult because then you have your mentally ill, your mental illness, and you're starting to like self-medicate. Okay, so y'all saw what I did in January. My mental illness reared its nasty head, and I got this fucking great idea that I was going to jump off my medication. Houston, you are going to. Oh yeah, Robert, I totally agree. You have got to change your people, places, and things. Absolutely agree. Right. Show me your friends and I can show you your future. Absolutely. I totally agree. And listen to me. Real talk, you guys. That's why I ain't got many friends. Whenever I was in my active addiction, the only people I kept around me were other drug addicts. You know why? Because I knew I would always have drugs. It was like if I needed something, I could get it from them and vice versa. And we just used each other over and over and over again. But what I think happens too is to some people, like I was saying, their families are doing wrong. They're doing wrong. Hey, Michelle, it's just like a circle jerk of dysfunction. a circle jerk of dysfunction. And so then we have to challenge ourselves to want better. We have to want better for our lives, you know? And so when do you get to that point where you're like, I want better for my life. I'm worth more than this. I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me as a female, you know, I was feeling that way long ago. All right. I was, yeah, circle jerk. I was feeling like I wanted to change my life. Okay, Christy, I'll talk to you later, girl. Thanks for being here, babe. I wanted to change my life a long time ago, you guys, but I just didn't know how. And then the ways that I was trying to change my life, they weren't quite fitting. They weren't working out for me. Like me, I was trying to do AA and NA. I was really, really trying, and I was just not succeeding that well, you know? But I'll tell you this, when I combined a program, the AA 12-step program, with maintenance and therapy, like this has saved my life. Like 3.5 years is the longest I've ever stayed out of trouble, away from drugs, everything. So this is a huge, huge development for me. You know, to be here and to be able to stay consistent, come on my channel and upload videos and be a part of something, you know? Bill, absolutely. And whenever I was first trying to get sober after I got out of prison, I thought that there was this one size fits all model for recovery. And that was the way I was being taught, that you had to do this way. And this is the only way that you're going to get sober. You know, this is the only way that your life is going to change. And then when I met my husband, I started learning more about the different ways that you can get sober and that things that can change your life. And I'm so grateful that I met him, because I would have never, you know, tried the things that I tried and got to where I'm at if we hadn't gotten together, because I was so against any kind of maintenance therapy. Like, I thought it was the devil, because I had never even done it before, you know? I was taught that, like I said, that I was raised up Pentecostal. I was raised up, I didn't cut my hair, we didn't wear makeup, we wore dresses down to our ankles, like very, very religious family. And sheltered family. Not the religious part wasn't a big deal. It was the sheltered part of it. Like, we weren't allowed to watch, you know, any kind of TV or anything. And when we did, it wasn't like a lot to watch. You know, we had to watch like certain shows. And so coming from a really, really sheltered environment, like I didn't know a lot, you guys. Like, so whenever someone would tell me something like, this is the way you have to recover, I took it as the gospel. You know what I mean? So, hey, Holly, what's up, girl? Are you talking about the not sober on Suboxone thing? I know, girl. That if you're talking about that, I totally wanted to come on here because I met a girl named Brittany in a comment section of somebody else's video, and people have been giving her a hard time about being on maintenance, and she was asking what I thought, if I thought she should stay on it 1 day at a time, and sometimes 1 hour at a time. That's so true. And you know what happens, Bill, is like sometimes what will happen for me is I will project myself so far into the future that I'm like, I have to do this, I have to do that. Am I being a good enough mom? Am I being a good enough wife? Am I being a good enough person to my YouTube channel? And I'll put all these pressures on myself. And then, you know, I end up having like a little cry session. But I always end up realizing that I'm doing just exactly what I need to do at this moment right here. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, happens in God's world by mistake. Everything that's gone on in my life had to go on exactly the way it had to go on for me to be exactly to where I'm at today. Because I would not be who I am today if I didn't go through every one of those trials and tribulations. That shit made me stronger, you know? And I think a lot of people think that I'm, you know, that I'm a strong person, and I've been through quite a bit, and I will never, ever, ever, ever forget where I came from, you guys. Holly, is there anything you want to ask Holly or talk about? I'll tell you this, girl. If people are judging you on your recovery, then they're looking at themselves. And when we're in recovery, that's what we have to do. We don't have time to go around judging other folks. You know why? Because we need to focus on self. Because when we start getting cocky and we start running around thinking we know it all, that self will run riot. And you know what happens? We will fall. We will get checked. Whenever I find myself getting a little too big for my britches, a little ego, something always happens to knock me back down to size. Whether it be like, just my husband telling me, hey, you're over there getting a little full of it, or my sponsor knocking me down, or one of my friends calling me out and saying, hey, girl, you need to take it down a notch. But for me, a lot of the times with, I don't get too overly confident because I'm very insecure about a lot of things, Oh, Robert, I know. I wish it was that easy, There is such thing as people coming over just to be nasty, It's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't like that. But, yeah, I'm proud of you guys. I hope all y'all are having a good night. Hey, Emily, what's up? Welcome. Is there anything you guys want to ask or talk about? Do you have any questions at all? If you do, go ahead and ask me. I'll answer anything. I'm really not shy or anything like that. Like, you can ask me anything and it won't be. So ask me some questions. Just because I'm on methadone, I find a lot of AA people don't think methadone or substance recovery. Hey, Holly, I know, but listen to me, Holly. And Emily, I see your question. I'm going to read it right now. Holly, I'm telling you right now, girl, that is not what AA stands for. AA has no opinion on outside issues, and opiates are an outside issue. As long as you are taking your medicine as prescribed and following doctor orders, you are just fine, girl. You come over and you come over and be here with us anytime, okay? How did you switch from methadone to subs? I got on methadone and I need to get back on subs. Okay, so Emily, when I was on methadone, I was in active addiction. So I was never on like a program. I was just taking them and taking them and taking them, right? And that was probably, what y'all know about that. That was probably 2012. But what you need to do is you need to get with your doctor, okay? You need to get with the clinic and let them know, hey, I would rather get on Suboxone, okay? So go to your clinic and say, hey, can you guys point me in the right direction to a Suboxone doctor? Get yourself an appointment with your Suboxone doctor, all right? And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to taper down off of the methadone. I think you'll have to taper off of it for at least get it out of your system, a week. Getting on methadone to subs is easier than methadone. So am I. That's why I want to get back on subs so I can't continue to keep using. Okay, Emily, yeah. First things first. Let's let the clinic know, the methadone clinic, that you need to get in contact with a Suboxone doctor. Or do you already know one that you can go to? Then you need to make an appointment with that Suboxone doctor. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to jump off that methadone and be off of it for a couple days before you can take your first dose of Suboxone. But you can do it. You can do it. For me, and I support, listen, you guys, whatever you have to do that helps you stay sober, you do it, okay? But for me, when I was on methadone, I was abusing it. I was taking prescriptions that weren't mine. I was taking methadone that wasn't mine. And I couldn't do it, But when I got switched over to Suboxone, because it does have, the naloxone in it, it's really difficult to go out and to use anything else, because Suboxone will knock anything else off the receptors. There's only one drug that can override Suboxone. So, or one drug that probably anybody that can find out on the streets, so I want to encourage you that you can do this. Are you struggling going back and forth and relapsing? You got to go a few days with nothing, then get your subs. Here in Canada, the docs can prescribe both. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking what you'll do is, like, say you go in on Monday and you dose at the methadone clinic, then you'll probably skip Tuesday, skip Wednesday, skip Thursday, and then maybe go on your Suboxone on Friday. But ask the doctor, because I'm not a doctor. I don't want to tell you anything that could put you in harm's way, okay? But if you're struggling, like, with going back and forth relapsing, and while you're still on methadone, Emily, like, you got to think about it this way, girl. Are you hanging out with people that are still using? Are you still going around the dope spots? Is there something going on in your life that's stressing you out, or are you in high-risk situations? These are all things that can attribute to you going out and getting high. Are you are you depressed? Are you having anxiety? Are you unhappy with something? Think about these things. These are all things that play into a reason why we'll go out and get high. For a lot of us, we used to cover up a feeling that we were having. Maybe we were depressed. Maybe we had anxiety. Maybe we lost a loved one and didn't want to feel anymore. Maybe we were filling ourselves up with drugs because we didn't feel like we fit in. Maybe we felt inadequate or not good enough, so we thought, let me take these drugs, they'll make me feel better. My problem is I'm a highly functional addict. I live alone and work a lot, so getting high is my relaxation time. Definitely covering up some issues. Okay, Emily, so I used to do the same thing, and what I would say now, when I look back on it, and I realize that I was using because I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts. I would use dope because I couldn't stand to look at myself in the mirror and see what I had become, to see that I had become this human pincushion, All I was doing was doing drugs, even when I had jobs. That's all I was a drug. I was just drugging. And so I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to think. I didn't want to have to get up and think about how, I had ruined every opportunity in my life. I didn't want to think about how all my friends were, getting tired of it because I was drugging and drinking all the time. I didn't want to think about how I was hurting and harming the people that I love the most because of my addiction, And that being alone, it always made me think about that. So instead of being alone, I would get high so I wouldn't have to think about it, And so what helped me, Emily, was when you get into the Suboxone doctor, ask the doctor if you can get a counselor or a therapist there too, an addiction therapist, someone that you can talk to one-on-one, and you can get down to the real causes and conditions of why Emily's wanting to get high. Because think about it, you guys. No sane person, is going to do drugs, because drugs are not good for us. They're harmful to our bodies. They're harmful to our brains. They're harmful to our blood. They're harmful to every part of us. And so when we're using and drinking, we're not in our right minds. We're insane, And that insanity keeps playing over and over and over again. We keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, this time it's going to be different. Oh, this time I'll just take one. This time I'll only drink a couple drinks. Or this time, I'm not going to pass out. Absolutely need to talk to a therapist. It's been a few years. I will do all this on Tuesday when I go. Okay. Awesome, Emily. Awesome. Hey, her opiate fix. Hey, Leonard. So, it is what it is. I was like human pincushion. Quick story time. I was thinking about how I used to be I would fiend so hard for dope that I would shoot up. The minute I could get the drugs, I would shoot up, right? I would shoot up in a completely dark room with no lights, you know? I think you need to wear a cape. Oh, Holly, you're so sweet. No, I am not, girl. I'm just trying to do good. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help you. I love you guys. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, you guys are helping me too. So don't get it twisted. All right? Y'all are helping me. I love doing videos. Y'all are like somebody, I don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to. Somebody the other day had said something to me, and they said, you're addicted. You're addicted to YouTube. Well, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I'd rather be addicted to YouTube and helping others than to be on dope. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take it. My name's Nicole, and I'm addicted to YouTube. My name's Nicole, and I can't stop making videos. Okay, Bama, please call me tomorrow. I love you. Please, please, please. Okay, I'm worried sick about you. But about the human pincushion thing, I was getting to a point, you guys, where my veins were collapsing in my arms. And so whenever I would shoot up, I would always have, see that vein that goes right there? I would always shoot up in that vein. Same on this arm. And so all my veins were starting to collapse. And so I knew I was getting bad when I started having to shoot up in my breasts. And that was just like, it was so demoralizing to be in the mirror shooting myself up in the chest. And when I got to that point, I was just like, that was towards the end. I was just like, damn, this is it, isn't it? This is my life today. You know, I am banging dope, you know, in my breasts, and I'm not proud of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of it. And I'm so glad that I don't have to do that anymore. And that's why I get so emotional when I talk about my life back then, because I'm so fucking glad that I'm not in that shit no more. I'm so grateful that I am alive today and that I can share these stories with you guys and let you guys know where I've been and inspire you and hopefully help you to not want to be there too. Thanks, Angel. You're so supportive, and your comments mean so much to me. I go through my comments every morning, you guys, and I try to heart everybody's comments and stuff. And when I'm reading you guys' comments, you don't understand how much your comments mean to me. I read every single comment. And sometimes you guys will tell me your story in a comment thread. And I want you guys to know that I know I've been there. I've been there, and I've related to somebody's video so hard that I'm like, I'm telling him my life. I'm going to tell him exactly how I feel, you know, because it's like, it's not every day that you can meet somebody that you can connect with, you guys, that you can connect with and that you know has been down where you've been. You know, so when I find people who are like-minded, who are like me, who know what I'm talking about, I want to grab hold of those people and I want to hold on to them with all my might. Her opiate fix, I'm never letting him go. My benzo hell, I'm never letting that little shit go. You know, my Sandra, I'm never letting you go. My Bama, I'm never letting you go. You know, you guys are my people. I'm going to tell them my whole life story. Yeah, Emily, it's because it's like you go so many years holding that shit in and feeling ashamed and thinking probably nobody knows what it's like. I'm the only one. I'm the only one who ever goes through this, right? And then you run into somebody who's been down that road and knows what you're talking about, and it's like a fucking breath of fresh air. When I found Leonard from Her Opiate Fix, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, go subscribe. And I watched his first couple of videos. I was like crying because I was like, he has been where I've been. I can relate to this. I don't like that. It's hard. It's hard, you guys, because not everybody comes on and shares their whole truth. Not everybody comes on and tells you that they've been down through there. You know, some people want to act like it was fun. Some people want to act like it was cool. It wasn't cool. It wasn't fun. You know, I did dope because I felt like shit. I did dope because I didn't feel good about myself, because I didn't love myself, because I wanted to fit in, because I wanted to be better. I did dope because I had a huge, giant void inside of me that I had to take and fill it up with all these other things because I didn't feel shit. I didn't feel good about me. And today I actually feel good about myself. Today I feel like I'm making a difference and I'm trying to help other people do the same thing. You know, so when I find somebody who's been down there and who's actually, I can relate to them, and they are wearing their heart on their sleeve and they're genuine as fuck. Like, I can feel that genuine shit. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about when you're listening to somebody tell their story and you get chill bumps all up and down your arms and the hair on your arms stands up, or when you're listening to somebody tell their story and you're like, yeah, and you're jumping up and down because you're like, exactly, they're saying the words that are coming out of your mouth. Y'all are saying the same words. That's what it's like when I found Leonard, when I found little George, when I found Bama. A lot of these people know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's these are the people who our relationships, we are glued to each other. It wouldn't matter, like her opiate fix, he said the other day, he goes, it wouldn't matter. I would agree with you even if I didn't agree with you, because I will never, there is a glue that binds me to these people because they are my people. We are the same. We are the same person. We just want to help other people. We just want to love each other and be good and help others, you know, and that is the feeling at those esteemable acts and doing the right thing is what helps me to feel better about myself, you guys. But I'm telling you, like, I'm still insecure as fuck. Like, it's really, really hard. Like, there's days where I think, you know, I'm not doing enough. That's constantly what my mind tells me, is that I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not being a good enough mom. I'm not being a good enough wife. You know, I'm not doing enough. It's like this voice in the back of my head that's always trying to tell me that I'm just not doing enough. You know, it's like, I know that it's addiction. I know that it's the devil, you know? Yeah, Robert. You're my cheerleader and my solstice. Hell yeah, Sandra. But y'all know what I'm talking about. That voice that's always like, it's just not enough. And I don't know why it's like that. But it's like I'll have a couple of days, good 3-4 days straight. And then it'll just be back there. You're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. And then, like, I'll come on and I'll cry and I'll tell you guys about it. And then I'll go a couple more days. And it's like, it's not like a depression, but it's like my mind is fighting against myself. You know what I mean? Hey, Jamie. And I know a lot of you guys have kids, and so I know you guys know what I'm talking about, that, like, I'm just not doing enough. Because I want my son to be, I don't want him to be like I was. I don't want him to grow up and use drugs. I don't want him to feel like he needs other things to change the way he feels. I want him to feel good about himself, you know? So I'm constantly trying to tell him how perfect he is and how smart he is and how much I love him and how proud I am of him. Because when I look back on my life, I try to think, like, where did I go wrong? Where did I slip into this, like, this drug addiction, you know? And I'm telling you guys, it all started whenever, thanks, Leonard, you are too. You're doing awesome too. And I'm telling you, I love watching your videos. I love watching your videos. They get me excited. When I see that you've uploaded, I'm like, yes, I got to run over there and watch this video because I get excited to see what you're going to put up next because I can just, you cannot, genuine relatability, you cannot manufacture that shit. You cannot manufacture genuineness. You cannot manufacture that. And so I love watching your videos because they're real. You know, and that's what I want to be. I want to be real. I want to be authentic. I want to be my authentic self. You know, I don't want to have to put on a show and change the way I am for anybody. I want to be my authentic self, and that means a lot to me to be that on my channel, because I want you guys to know that you can get better and you can be your authentic self and you don't have to impress anybody. That's the thing, like all my life I worried about impressing other people and getting other people to like me. Oh, thanks, Angel. And what if they don't like me? You know, what if I'm not popular enough? What if I'm not pretty enough? Or I don't have enough money to buy the new Nike Shox. That was the thing back in my day, is all the girls would wear the Nike Shox. And so it's like now I want this to be a place where everyone can come and feel a part of. And you know, I'm in all emotional now. Y'all got me going on now. Anyway, congratulations, my people. We did it. We hit 1,000. I'm so proud of us. I love you guys so much. I want you guys to know that. Y'all mean everything to me, my little shits. And we are going to do big things together, you guys. And yeah, we're going to do big things together. We're going to help so many people, and the more people we help. Medicinal marijuana. Well, Holly, I really don't have an opinion on it, if you want to know the truth, because I am not one of those diehard people who are like, if you're smoking pot, you're not clean. I think that there are a lot of really good strains of medical marijuana out there that are helping people who have cancer. And I know there are. Like, I was listening to this podcast the other day called the Sick, S-I-C-K podcast, and they were talking about the medical grade marijuana on there. And people's lives are changing. They're getting off of opiates because they smoke this, or I don't know if they smoke it or eat it. But it's helping them. It's helping people who have dementia. Okay, it's helping like older people. And so I support it. I support medical marijuana. In fact, if I could do medical marijuana, I would, like, in a heartbeat. But at the doctor's office that I go to, you know, if you are on marijuana, they won't let you go up in phase. So you have to pay more money. So I just don't do it. Oh, well, that's cool. But, you know, I feel like, you know, a lot of people will say marijuana is a gateway drug. And I hate to say this, but when people come on and they say, oh, I'm addicted to marijuana, right? You know, or I don't know. I feel like marijuana, I guess it could be addicting and strong. I guess you could build a dependence to it, right? But I don't know anybody that's ever, like, sold their tuk-tuk for marijuana, or, you know, went out and did a BJ for a joint. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe people are dependent on marijuana, but I don't think it has a high rate of addiction. Because like we said in the beginning of this video, addiction comes with the negative consequences and the negative behaviors. A dependence doesn't. Dependence is just being dependent. And so I can see where people are dependent on marijuana, but like I said, I don't think people are selling their ass for joints. Now, I have been watching this show on Netflix, where they're like that triangle, the marijuana triangle up in California or something. But dude, I watched this girl named Jenny69 here on YouTube, and she's always smoking those dab things. And man, I'm telling you what, she gets stoned as fuck. Well, Holly, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know anybody who's like standing on the corner and getting pimped out for marijuana. You know, like, it's hard out here for a pimp when you gotta get the money for the rent. So, could you imagine? Lord, out there, I gotta get that money for some marijuana. And now that it's legalized, I think everywhere almost. Isn't it legalized everywhere in the United States or no? I'm in Arkansas. I don't think it's legal here yet, is it? I don't know. Anyway, I support it. If that's what you gotta do, if you smoke pot, I'm cool with it. It might have, Emily. The only reason, like, I sometimes think it can be dangerous for some addicts is because when you're getting marijuana, if you're not getting it from a vendor, like now that it's, if you're buying it from like a drug dealer, I think it can be dangerous for addicts because that puts you at a high risk situation for relapse and, getting other drugs. So I really think that if you're an addict and you're wanting to do medical marijuana, that you need to go the medical marijuana route. You know what I mean? And get it to where you're getting it from a vendor and not just like, just getting it, That THC pen is a beast. Is it? I've never smoked it. That one. Okay, y'all want to hear a story? Leonard, you remember that? Okay, so Neil had found this little pen, vape pen, on the ground at his job out in the parking lot, right? This is 6 months ago. And he brought it home because I was trying to stop smoking cigarettes, which I have. I'm not smoking anymore. But so he brought home this vape pen, right? And he slides it across the table to me. He goes, hey, here's a vape pen. Why don't you clean it out and we'll get you some of those vape juices to put in there. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I cleaned out the little mouthpiece and I got it and I turned it on and I went, this is weed! And I coughed so bad for like, I swear to God, 10 minutes. And I called my sponsor crying because I was like, I just smoked pot. Am I relapsed? Am I relapsed? She's like, girl, no, you're not relapsed. But what the fuck are you doing putting your mouth on somebody else's pipe? You don't know where that's been. And I was like, well, so I ended up giving it to my friend who is actually, she has cervical cancer. And she asked me if she could have it. So I said, sure. And she smokes like the THC stuff out of it. Isn't that so funny, you guys? I was so upset because I was like, and also I was scared because, like I said, I get drug tested, and I don't want to go into my doctor and then drug test me and be like, you have weed in your system. You're lying to us. But to each their own. I just want you guys to be doing things that are not dangerous to you, harmful. I don't want you to be acting out negatively. I don't want you to be doing addict behavior. That's Emily, the minute I felt the burn, I was like, this is weed. You should have seen Neil's face. He was like, oh, oh Lord. Hold on. I don't know if I showed you guys this. Did you guys see this? Oh, you can't see it. It says, I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, I love you. Neil got that for me for Valentine's Day. That's it. I did the same thing. It freaked me out, Leonard. I was like, whoa. Oh, Lordy mercy. All right, my people. I'm going to sign off here. I've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. So I will see you guys tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come over and hang out with me tomorrow night. And If you guys have some like specific topics that you guys want to talk about, let me know. Message me or comment them down below, and we'll talk about all those things tomorrow, whatever y'all want to do. But I love it when we get rolling and we start talking and it just like flows like this. Thanks, Emily. I appreciate it. I go live every night, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I love it when we just kind of get going back and forth like we did tonight. So this is a good one, y'all. All right, Robert, thanks for being here, baby. Welcome to everybody, and thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 6:30.